how do you get your VPX tables, how to get the ROMs, how to get the back classes, how to get all that stuff that I talked about in the first video, the Start Here video. If you haven't seen that video, guys, I suggest stop this one, go check that out first, because it talks about VPX and the ecosystem. I explain all the terminology, and all that terminology will make this video be more sense to you. If you have watched it, welcome back. Guys, if you want all these things, the tables, the ROMs and so forth, it is dead easy through this Virtual Pinball Spreadsheet web app. It's a mouthful. All the tables are here, guys. And look, you know this, that you can't put all the tables and you can't mix the ROMs together with the tables, guys. It's very much like the video MAME world. You can't put the emulator with the games. And it's the same in VPX. So any packs that are out there, guys, that have all the tables and the ROMs together, it's not right, it's not effectively legal, and you should be downloading them separately. Now, you can do that through here, because even though this looks like it has everything here, what it has is actually the links embedded behind each one of these to a particular table, and you can go get it from the source. So if I'm in Godzilla here, for example, guys, and I hit that, it's going to take me to VP Universe, which is the authorized place for this particular table has been uploaded to, and this is just the table file. It's not the ROM file, but it's the table file. You just download it, guys. Bang, there you go. I'm going to talk about the different tables in a moment and explain what all these tags are and stuff at the bottom. But ultimately here, that's the table. If I chose that table, cool. If I go down and flick down here, it's got in the back classes I could pick up. And here's the ROM. So the ROM's available from VP Forum. So I click there and I can download the ROM. Well, with the ROM and the table loaded up in VPX, guys, I'm playing pinball. It's that easy. Not difficult at all. And if you've been rummaging around in the forums to try and find the tables, even though you can do that, and that's still perfectly okay, this goes across all the different sites, and it's got everything nicely contained, it's got everything tagged. It is an amazing and awesome and useful piece of software. It's got every single table, VPX table in here, guys, but it's not about going through and collecting them all, because there's just hundreds of tables. It's just not the right thing. Well, it's not just the right thing to do. It's just a silly thing to do, to just go and try and collect them all. Go through here and choose the tables that you like. And, you know, if you do them individually and download them, and you can be part of the discussion wherever the particular table is hosted, you know, thank the authors, guys. These guys spend an awful amount of time, their own personal time, putting these things together. This stuff is free, remember. You know, VPX is a project. It's not a commercial program. And so good old Uncle Paulie, who also does awesome tables, yeah, thank the guy as you download and then enjoy the table. X-Files, I own that table. And now I can grab it and enjoy it in VR. Bam, download, read up. It's that easy, guys. It is that easy. Don't have the ROM. Flick down, grab the ROM. So what are all these other things in here? So let's just touch on that now while we're just here on this page. So we can see we've got the pup packs. There's no URL against this particular one. We've got an alt color, so that would be for the DMD, for color DMD. And again, if you watched the last video, you'd know all about that and how that can be added to VPX. And what else we've got? We've got alternate sound as well. So there's one alternate sound that you can get from VP Universe. There's also one here from Pin Sound. So that's an external link. And, you know, I trust any of the files from VP Universe and VP Forums and Pinball Nirvana and so forth. And obviously this is the Pin Sound community, so that's also I mean, the links on here generally I would trust, because the guys that are behind this wouldn't put them on if they were malicious. But yeah, you make your own decision about where you want to get things. Like there's a mega link here for the wheel art. There's point of view files. If I go to this little information box, it says how to open your table in VPX and import a point of view, and that there is for different layouts, for layback and different settings that people have already done for the table, but which you may like, and you can import those in. Don't have to, but that's just an extra thing you can do, guys. Wheel art for your front end that you might be using. A topper file. So again, if you're using the pin-up front end, then one of your screens actually may be a topper right across the top of your screen. Well, you can go to one of these topper files, and you got a topper video, guys, that you can put onto your topper on your pin cab, or maybe you just got an extra double screen on the desktop. All of those things are possible, guys. It's all here. And when we go in the X files table here, X files selection, it's got all the different versions that have been created. Looks like this one here was included different art, and even this one here is modified. I can see with the art there, so there's just some different versions. But the main thing when you're selecting, well, which version do you want? There's a couple of things. Well, first of all, you can see down the bottom we have all these little tags. So let's go through those tags so you know what they are. Definitely watch my first video, the Start Here video, because some of the stuff will make more sense to you guys that have watched that. But so this one here, this particular table is a hybrid, which means it supports both VR and normal. It also specifies that it's a VR table as well. We've got full single screen, guys, and that's for the people that have vertical monitors and play their VPX pinball that way. And that particular format, the full single screen, gives you the back glass and the table in a sort of a pseudo 3D view. Awesome for vertical. It's a really nice setup. You might have that setup and not use VR, right? This one's a mod of a particular table before, so it's typically a table that's been then added to with some specific extra features. This one supports surround sound feedback, which we didn't talk about in the first video. But yeah, any table that's got surround sound feedback means that the table author has considered how the sound will move and support the surround sound feedback that's natively built into Visual Pinball X. And that allows the ball to make it sound like it's moving around the table, or your pop bumpers feel like they're going off at the back with your pin cab, because you'd actually have transducers in your cabinet with some amplifiers and have that all set up in a pin cab situation and have that surround sound going around for sort of like, they call it poor man's DOF. Instead of getting real solenoids and all the rest of it to do that, you just use these transducers to mimic that sound, guys, and then you've got a nice feel on the cabinet and you've got some feedback. So all of that's possible with the surround sound feedback. We've got M-Fuzzy physics. If you see that, you know it's going to have awesome physics, guys, and those physics are so good. I can't fault them. Absolutely love them. So if you've got a table though that hasn't been updated, some of the older tables that maybe don't have the N-Fuzzy tag, guys, well then you can see that, right? And you'll know what to expect. The physics will be a little different. Not bad, but just not awesome. So this is why this is so good with the tags, and this is why it's so useful for you to go through and just choose and be selective about the tables. Then you'll get the best possible virtual pinball or visual pinball experience if you choose your tables yourself. Choose the options or tables with the options that you like the best. Fleep sounds, so there's awesome mechanical sounds that were released under Fleep. So if you see the Fleep tag there, that means you're going to have really good realistic mechanical sounds underneath the actual table sounds themselves. It's also got lookup tables for lighting changes, and so that means this particular table, maybe it depends on the table, but usually it's like the MagnaSave buttons on a table that doesn't have MagnaSave, and you choose to hit the MagnaSave button and it changes all the colouring in one instant, and it might just change it in different shades, warmer, darker, sort of black and white, or other like black light sort of glowing type colours. So that's what the lookup table would do. So yeah, so when you see this, guys, like I look at this and I go, oh cool, VR, yeah, N-Fuzzy physics, awesome, Fleep sounds, for me, those things are really, really important. And also the surround sound feedback, although I don't have surround sound feedback on my little controller for my VR PC, so that's not a win for me, but it might be for you. And so I would click on that table and then go and download it, right? And then if I didn't have the ROM, then I would just flick down here and I would go get the ROM from VP Forums and download it from there. Of course, you need to be just a free member of both of those sites. There's no cost involved, remember guys, it's non-commercial. I don't know how much easier you can make this. It's just too good. And again, with all those other cool options, again, they're options, don't have to necessarily have them. You get yourself started just with the table and the ROM. Wow. You've got other things in here. What else do we have that we didn't talk about there in that last example? Some of them actually include artwork and include the B2S backglass in the table file itself. You're never going to have the ROMs included, but you may have these other elements included where the table author has gone the extra mile and gone, okay, well, I'm going to make the table, but I'm also going to make a backglass that I want specifically to go with my table. If there's not a back glass and you need and if you do want to show a back glass, when you can show a back glass on your normal 16:9 monitor, you don't have to have a pin cab to show a back glass. You can just show a back glass on the side on your single monitor. But otherwise, if you've got a pin cab, yeah, you want to have a back glass up the top. Well, this one also has B2S just on its own there, which means that it has a link to another back glass that you can download. It's also got a reference to 4K, so it'll have 4K texture support. What else, guys? What else do I need to cover there in the little tag? Got a pup pack on here as well available, the wheel, the topper, and we've got rules for this one as well. Now the rules, in fact, in the instruction cards are pretty cool. So if we go down here, here we go to rules. If I go to VP Universe, then this has got a instruction card. I'll have a look at that. And the cool thing here, again, if you're using pinup and you've got like multiple screens, one of your screens might even be a screen in front of your lockdown bar where you could put the instructions like on a little, a tiny little LCD, or maybe you've got an extra spare LCD up on your back glass. You can put the instructions up there, guys. So many cool things. And you don't have to dig around. And you don't have to guess. The other cool thing actually in VP Universe in particular, if you choose one of their tables like this VR room here, so this is a really cool new VR room. Look at this awesome swords. That's a great little room. And when you're in here, it's actually got the VP version, which is really good. So this one says 10.8 GL beta required. And so, yeah, if you're unsure which version the table is compatible with, then you can check there really easily, which is a nice thing. You've also got these different view modes here, guys, as well. So if you don't like seeing them all laid out like this and you want to see a quicker list, then you can hit the table view. And then you've got a nice short form list, so you can go through and scan the ones that you want, put it back to grid, and even a little pin cab preview. It'd be nice if they could get the side art on these pin cabs at some point, maybe team up with the VR launcher guides, because those ones automatically download the side art for the little 3D models, which again I showed in the last video as a launcher option. They could potentially use that if those two groups could collaborate together. So yeah, so you've got all that, and then also you have the ability to change it on this main page here. You could have them all by the pin cab preview, you could have them all by the list, or then back to that grid. You can also do a export of the information if you want to import that into your front end, if you're using Pinup Popper or Pinball X. Again, those terms explained in the last video. We've got a kids friendly tag over here, just while I see that. And yeah, and then last updated, well, you could sort that by alphabetical if you wanted to, and then just go through there, or you could go, I want to see all the tables starting with G, and then I want to see the last updated in G. It's just so good. This is so awesome. And put that back to all. And now we're still on last updated. And then you can do things like features. So, you know, I could say, well, I want to see all the VR tables. So I choose VR, and it's the last updated. So these are the most recent. And every single table here that I see is a VR support. How awesome is this? How awesome. If you wanted to have a particular theme, guys, maybe you're an alien sort of person. Well, now you've got all the tables. Attack from Mars, Big Bang Bar, what an awesome table that is. Do it by theme if you want, guys. And if I kept the VR one there, actually, then that would also do both, of course. If I select VR, and so that's now, these tables are all alien tables and all VR tables. I love it. I love it. Manufacturer, if you want to do all the Stern tables. Yeah, are you getting it, guys? Are you getting it? I hope you haven't been trundling around trying to find tables and ROMs individually by using the forum navigation. I mean, you can get around it, but every forum, you know, each of the forums are different, and this just combines it all and makes it easy. You can see I've got the score-bit one. This one actually supports that score-bit high score saving as well. So yeah, you can just see everything that each one supports. I was stunned when I was, and I've known about this for a while now, but when I first saw it, I was like, what? Why doesn't anyone, well, not anyone, why doesn't a lot of people know about this? Well, you guys do now. So if you haven't known about it before, now you do. Authors, when you do it this way and you download and you try out a particular table, you might find that you love that particular table, the style or whatever it is, and then you can see the author. And so if you then flick through, I see good old Third Access. He is awesome, and he's done a whole bunch of tables. So if you like his tables, then bang, just come in here and put his name in, and you can see all the tables he's done. It's firepower. It's just so good. It is so awesome. Oh, it's got G5K. It's also involved in that Slide Arc as well, and let's not forget everyone else. There's an Uncle Paulie one there as well. And it's the Third Access one as well. You might want to try either one of those. This one has VR in it, though, specifically, and also has the back glass. It's a joy. It's a joy. And if you wanted to do it by year, you could, by number of players, and if it's not broken or not. We don't have any author in there, that's why we're showing no table. So yeah, you can select all those options. And if you want to join the Discord forum, you can. They run a little weekly competition, a weekly challenge. Get involved with that. But also in that Discord forum, a lot of the people that frequent VP Universe, VP Forum, Pinball Nirvana and other places go to this Discord forum. There's stacks of channels and talk and discussion and assistance and help and sharing ideas, and all of that stuff is available in the Discord forum as well. I can't sing enough praises to the guys that did this, and it's so nicely designed. It's so logical. It's just beautiful. So yeah, and they've got other things here for apps and parts. I don't know what they're going to do in the future, but they've got their ambitious plans for the future. So yeah, guys, I don't think we have to say anything more. Hop in here, find the table you want, download it, you know, get your ROM, and then, oh, this one's interesting because it's a Stern one. So it's taken to the Stern page. So again, but it's going to take you there to the code and the ROM that you need for the big buck. So it's all there. It's all there. All right, guys. Well, I hope you found that helpful, and I hope this gets you zooming on in your VPX journey if you're just starting, or if you haven't started yet, get in there, guys. Have some fun with VPX. It's not hard once you know. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Again, please consider subscribing. Join the fun. Make sure you get into my Discord forum too, which is also in the link. Hope to see you guys in there. Until the next video, ciao for now.